Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me, your host, Danielle Ozarski, Watershed Planner with the Department of Environmental Conservation, for the Tactical Basin Plan Quarterly Report Training Session. The purpose of this training is to provide you guidance on making your quarterly report an effective tool for watershed planning. During this video, you will learn the basics of quarterly reports, learn how watershed planners use work plan reports, and receive an overview of 5 examples of reporting. Quarterly report basics: the what, why, when, and how. What is a quarterly report? A quarterly report is a report submitted to watershed planners that documents tasks completed during an agreed-upon time period as part of the Tactical Basin Plan grant deliverable. Why do we have quarterly reports? Quarterly reports exist to keep watershed planners informed of tasks being completed by partners in their watershed and to keep track of tasks completed as part of a grant agreement. When are quarterly reports submitted for FY 2022? Quarterly reports for the FY 2022 year are submitted in October of 2021 and then January, April, and July of 2022. How are quarterly reports submitted? The reports are submitted via email to your grant administrator and to the watershed planner included in the geographic area or areas you cover. How watershed planners use quarterly reports. Watershed planners use quarterly reports to keep up on work happening in the watershed related to Tactical Basin Plan strategies, to understand challenges and obstacles partners may face in completing Tactical Basin Plan strategies, and to track and improve any changes in the work plan as requested by partners. Quarterly report review and examples of reporting. We will focus primarily on the report column of the work plan. We will not be focusing on the reporting based on task. This will apply to all task types. Each work plan should have a narrative, outcome, and deliverable associated with each task in the first column. If these need to be updated during the fiscal year reporting period, you can update them in the first column in your quarterly report by following the instructions in bold in the first column in your report. Focusing now on the reporting column for your quarterly reports, we must first review the information to be provided, where applicable, for each work plan task. Actions and key outcomes: what did you do and what was the benefit? Tactical Basin Plan strategy addressed, a basin number and strategy number and perhaps a description. Deliverables, which are not common but can be included. The date of the education and outreach event where an end form was submitted, also not common but for outreach events. And for the final report only, achievements and/or challenges for the agreement year. We will be focusing mostly on number 1, which is the most useful info for the Basin Planner, actions and key outcomes, and number 5, the achievements and/or challenges later in the year. Example number 1 is organized by each type of information listed by numbers. The action and key outcomes include information on the initial engagement with 2 planning commissions to discuss river corridor protection. The outcome is that the initial meetings will likely take place in November and December of 2021. This strategy addressed is described in detail on how this work will help carry out the strategies described. There were no deliverables associated with this project. No outreach and education event was completed, so no end form submission. And achievement and/or challenges were not identified because they were to be included with the final report only. Example number 2 shows output by date and basin information, and it's bulleted for easy reading. Examples of 2 meetings to discuss plan actions to fulfill strategies in the plan. Strategies are not included here, but they may be included in the task narrative. This includes attendees of meeting, what the meeting covered and accomplished, action and outcome, and what basin they applied to and the amount of time used for each task. Both the time and basin information is helpful for the watershed planner to understand how much time is being dedicated to strategies, and over time may help us to understand value versus time committed. Example number 3 focuses on actions, outcomes, and tactical basin plan strategy number. The action here was a collaboration with a watershed partner to review a list of items to complete monitoring priorities for the year, the follow-up needed from that collaboration, and when these actions took place. The outcome was to work with a watershed partner to reach out to local stakeholders for monitoring priorities, to identify cost share options for monitoring, and determining sampling focus areas. The Tactical Basin Plan strategy numbers were identified. Example number 4 includes a paragraph type format that focuses on actions and outcomes. The strategy is not included here, but was included in the work plan description in column 1. Action was to initiate planning and information gathering for an incomplete stream geomorphic assessment and a stress surface water. This allowed the partner to set up a meeting to identify next steps and to set up a site visit to the stressed water and process to identify additional phase 2 stream geomorphic assessment in their basin. Example 5 details focus on meeting. Organized to be easy to read and connect strategies. The meeting and meeting purpose are described. The outcome is described to revise a prioritization matrix and culvert list for culvert replacements for 2 stream sections in Stockbridge. The date of the meeting is provided along with partners attending the meeting and the strategy number the work relates to. Thank you for viewing our training video, Tactical Basin Plan Quarterly Report Training Session. We hope you learn the basics about the topics that were presented. Now you should know the basics of quarterly work plans, the what, why, when, and how watershed planners use work plans, and 5 examples of reporting that meet reporting expectations of watershed planners.